Hello and welcome to Scottish Car Enthusiasts and Trains TV and to part 2 for Traumatic Walkaround of the big event, aka the Motabilty Show, September 2024. And we're here at the MG stand to have a look at this MG ZS and MG4. We tested an MG4 about 2 years ago on the channel on Bearded Driver Reviews. Why not check it out? Moving on to the Citroen stand, and here's a Citroen C5 Aircross. Nice to see that it's got this sort of hard wearing plastic just like the Cactus has. I'm sure this is the current generation Berlingo. My word, it's got massive now. Why do we call it a traumatic walkaround? Well, quite simply, we're bound to fall over and we're bound to get things wrong, so that's why we call it traumatic walkaround. This is a E2008 from Peugeot. Peugeot seem to be really on the ball with their styling now. Citroen sort of seem to play it safe now. Well, Peugeot decides to take some bravery pills, especially with these alloy wheels. Now we're moving to the E3008 or 3008E. Again, this is totally different from Peugeot. The new front end styling just looks spot on. I'm still not sure on the badge. I think the badge just looks a bit cheap looking now. I just love the big massive display screen just above the steering wheel. This is the Honda, is it ENY1? Anyone? I think that's what it's called. I just hate that massive tablet in the middle there. Johnny Smith really didn't like this car when he reviewed it on the Late Break Show. You can see why it's not as compelling to look at compared to the Honda E. Now we're just starting to look at some of the wheelchair accessible vehicles. Now this may be a bit traumatic for me because I'm probably going to get things wrong. I don't really know too much about Motabilty adaptations, but we'll give it a try. So this here's the Dacia Jogger. Now this has got a ramp in the back. UK only family-friendly wheelchair accessible car. I thought that was actually quite smart, to be fair. So I think what it is you take out the back seats in the Jogger, and the wheelchair just goes up into where the back seats would be, or where the 2 extra seats would be in the Jogger, because I think the Jogger's a 7-seater, if I mind right. Next up, we've got this Volkswagen multivan. Again, this one got a ramp to get in. This one looks like an electronic ramp to lift the wheelchair in. That's quite smart, to be fair. And again, it still keeps a bit of the rear seating, so you basically lose the left-hand side of your back passenger seats. I think that's quite a novel idea. So you can still have a family car, but just with a couple of extra seats taken out for wheelchair accessibility. Though I'm not a Volkswagen fan, I do think that Volkswagen styling is quite spot on. Now we've got a wheelchair accessible Transit. I was really disappointed with the offerings from the actual Ford stand. Apart from the Transits, Ford only brought along an Explorer and a Cougar. I thought it was very disappointing.
50 on certain roads, the boys are still buying it in the 60.
Again, ramp access for a wheelchair into the back of this Transit. Now I think this is a Transit Tourneo or Tourneo Active. Again, wheelchair accessible with a ramp into the back. It's got sliding doors for other passengers. And if you didn't fancy the Ford version, you can also get this as the Volkswagen Caddy. So this is a C5 Aircross from BAS. And this I thought was quite impressive. It's got a lift into the passenger compartment for a passenger to be lifted in. It's also got the steering wheel adaptations. Here we can see the sort of lift, the hoist that lifts you up into the passenger compartment. Again, another lift or hoist into the Seat. It's also got a sort of lift for like a mobility scooter to lift it into the boot for you. I like on this Transit Tourneo that the seats actually come out to aid access, and on this Volkswagen Caddy coming up, this one here, is that there's like a lift for your wheelchair that stores it in a roof box above the car. I've actually seen one of these in action before. And it's also got a sort of lift in the back for a wheelchair as well. This is the Vauxhall version of the Peugeot Rifter Citroen Berlingo. Again, another wheelchair accessible vehicle with a ramp into the back. Anyway, that's it for part 2 of a traumatic walk around the big event, aka the Mobility Show at Ingliston. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe at Scottish Car Enthusiasts and Trains TV, and thanks for watching. Thank you.